You thought Ferrari was about to implode. You thought the man steering the ship, Fred Vasseur, was halfway out the door. After all, the rumors were everywhere. Italian media painting a picture of internal chaos, headlines screaming, "Vasseur out," and whispers that Lewis Hamilton had walked into a storm. But what if I told you, not only is Vasseur staying, he's just signed a multi-year extension to lead Ferrari into one of the most critical eras in its history. And here's why this could change everything. For a team that's been defined by instability, rapid leadership changes, political battles, and years of near misses, stability at the very top might be the most underrated weapon Ferrari can have. Because while McLaren is flying and Red Bull is plotting its 2026 rebirth, Ferrari now has one thing those teams don't have to prove: a leader who has survived the rumor mill and come out stronger. Let's rewind. The rumors started before the Canadian Grand Prix. Multiple Italian outlets claimed Vasseur's time was up, that the Frenchman was being pushed out after just over a year in charge. Vasseur shot back. So did Charles Leclerc. Even Lewis Hamilton, still adjusting to life in red, stood by his team boss. And on July 31st, Ferrari made it official. Vasseur stays. Multi-year contract. No interim solutions, no caretaker leadership. Speaking to F1.com, Vasseur called it a good step in the process. He admitted the rumors weren't good for the team's mood or stability, but now this is behind us. His focus? Fighting Mercedes and Red Bull for second place in the Constructors, winning races before the year ends, building the 2026 project with full alignment. Why does this matter? Because 2026 isn't just another regulation change. It's a full reset of Formula One's engine formula, aero philosophy, and competitive order. If Ferrari is still chopping and changing leadership during this window, they risk repeating history, wasting a golden opportunity because the political machine outweighed the engineering department. With Vasseur secured, Ferrari now has a stable command structure, a clear recruitment plan, and crucially, a united front to keep Hamilton and Leclerc on the same page. If they can hold 2 million this season, they'll enter the reset as the strongest challenger to McLaren's momentum. But make no mistake, stability doesn't erase the pressure. Inside Ferrari, there are still conflicting priorities. Push hard for second now, even if it costs wind tunnel time for 2026, or sacrifice the short term for a bigger leap when the rules reset. And then there's Hamilton's timeline. Fred Vasseur's extension might keep the political ship steady, but Lewis isn't here to play the long game. He wants that 8th title before the clock runs out. If Ferrari's progress is too slow, stability could quickly turn into stagnation. For Vasseur, this is about more than contracts or job security. It's about building a Ferrari capable of dominating again, something no team principal has achieved since Jean Todt's era with Michael Schumacher. He openly admits it takes years. When Horner joined Red Bull, it took time. When Todt took over Ferrari, it took time. Winning at this level isn't just about fast cars. It's about building a culture, recruiting the right people, and giving them the space to work together. If he can pull it off, Vasseur's name won't just be remembered for keeping his job. It'll be remembered for ending Ferrari's 2-decade title drought. But let's keep it real. Time is both his greatest weapon and his biggest enemy. In Formula One, patience is rare. If the 2026 car misses the mark, the same media that's now quiet will be calling for his head again. And for Hamilton fans, the risk is even higher. If the timeline for Ferrari's resurgence stretches beyond the next 2 seasons, Lewis may never get that fairy tale 8th title in red. So the question is, will Vasseur's stability be the foundation Ferrari needs to finally rise again? Or will this extension be remembered as a missed opportunity to make a more radical change before 2026?